Okay, so I'm not really sure how to start one of these, but I guess I can kind of treat it like a self therapy session to myself. Just gonna speak my own thoughts and think to myself, but yeah, this video is gonna just sort of be of a time capsule to myself, just reflecting um, on how I was and just maybe pop in a thought or two about what I'm looking for in the future. Yeah, it's more just a personal exercise. I'm not really gonna care too much of what others may have to say on it. Like if it's overly critical and just people are just ragging on me, I'm not gonna take it personally. I wouldn't even care, but if I do get any helpful feedback, I greatly appreciate it. I'm already rambling already, but I guess I'll start here. So um, I guess I've been kind of just writing to myself and realize I don't really do a lot of speaking for myself on topics or ideas that I might, hold in the back of my mind, things I might be interested in. It's just, I don't, I'm not the best with words, I guess I'd put it. Maybe it's just me being introverted, but I've told myself many times how I just wanted to create content in the past, but I never really acted on it. I've just been, I guess, throwing excuses that I'm too busy with something else, or truthfully, I don't really know how to start with this sort of thing. But thinking about it, it's like you can't just kind of wait for it to happen. You got to start somewhere, I suppose. And well, I guess this is the start to something. I hope. But I realize that yeah, I already wrote this down. I guess here. I'd like to, yeah. I tell myself things like I'm too soft spoken, or I'd rather be lazy and play video games without thinking about too much on the topic. I guess this is one of those rare occasions where I actually want to start thinking to myself about what I want to do, where I've just let the time like run by me without even caring too much about where I want to be. Thinking about it currently, I remember my high school life was pretty lame. Um, I kind of just like went by the book by everything. I was like a huge book nerd. I went and I obeyed my parents for everything that they wanted. Put my fullest into getting high grades in like school, like stuff that I don't remember the slightest now. Like I used to be an IB student, and I used to get high marks even in that. Like almost like A's and B's, occasionally C's because IB was just so difficult back then. It was just like I had to write papers on top of papers, and then still had to study for tests, and then quizzes would come up out of nowhere. So you always had to be on top of everything. And it's what burnt me out so bad. Like I remember those were some of the toughest days that I had because I would just cry to myself. I wouldn't show to my parents because I didn't want them to think that I was weak. And yeah, like I don't know how I don't know how others express themselves with their parents, but to me it was just like I guess I was like sort of like all business when I was around them. It was just like, if you don't have anything to say, I'm gonna get back to my room and I'm gonna go back and study. I gotta do a bunch of like homework. I gotta keep writing these papers because I only have 2 years to write like what 8 papers. Like 8 of them are going to be like 10-page essays, and then I have a final essay that encapsulates everything that I've learned, and it's like a 20-30 page essay. And like back in high school, like you have to do that on top of like everything you're studying. Like I had to do biology and chemistry, physics and psychology, and just like world history, um, and like current topics on history. Like I can't remember what was going on. I think it was still like the Israeli conflict in the Middle East that was still happening. Um, yeah, and it's just that, and balancing also like I suppose like some sort of like I was doing soccer, and I was also doing marathon running at the time. So I was getting healthy, but like healthy in the sense that my body was getting stronger, but I didn't feel like my mind was getting any better because I just kept thinking like I have to keep working and I have to keep working. And then after I got out of high school and I got into college, I was so burnt out from studying that I did not feel that comfortable studying, at least to the point that IB had pushed me. So when I got to college, sure, it wasn't too bad, like doing like the writing and doing all the homework studying because like IB just like crushed my psyche to the point that I could handle it. But um, yeah, uh, it was just something that I didn't want to continue doing for a while. And then after I got out of college and I was done with all that, 2 years flew by as I was currently doing my job, and I had no interest in education, I suppose, because of all that ardor that IB put me through. And it's made me lazy. But in any case, yeah, I felt like a sheep essentially. I just followed whatever the teacher told me, and it was simple. I just did all the studying, and I didn't have to worry about what the teacher would say or what my parents would say because, I mean, that's all they wanted from me. It was a pretty clear path. They just told me do this and do that, study this, write this, and then I would just do that. Um, but when it came to like being friends with folks, I guess the only folks that I really made friends with were kind of just like folks with like almost zero personality, and those that did have personality were kind of going through the same thing that I was. It was just like arduous studying and just constantly just like you didn't have time to be yourself sometimes because it was just you had to prioritize studying all the time. And I look back on IB and it's just like this feels more like a mistake that was pushed on me to do when I really didn't have. I look back on it and it's like why did I do this? Like IB literally served me no purpose now. Even out of college, I have carried none of the education that I got from IB. So what did I do this for? Like I look at like my time in college. It's like, yeah, I wanted to get into programming, but I didn't actually want to apply myself to learn programming because I was so burnt out from studying that I didn't want to do it for myself. I just thought, okay, I'm just gonna get good grades and I'm gonna get my certificate, and now what? Just gonna get like just a job, I guess. But no, that didn't seem to work out. I want more for myself now because like you can't just keep working like a 9 to 5 job all the time. It's like it's not fulfilling. I guess we'll go to the next topic, but um, yeah, getting back on the topic with friends. Like I was like not. I didn't show myself like much personality. It was just like I thought to myself, just be a normal person, you'll be fine. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with being normal, but like when like it just didn't feel like I was being myself, and I didn't know how to perceive that at the time, and it kind of messed with the way I thought what living was like, and it kind of put me in a depressive state through most of like middle school and high school. I think like this mainly started around after sixth grade for me. I don't remember how old I was, maybe 12 or something. But yeah, it was tough to think about uh, because I didn't do much thinking on it at all. I just kind of went through the motions, went with the flow of what my folks wanted me to do. Um, didn't even think much on what I wanted to be. It's just, yeah, I think on it now and it's just like I could have been like trying to like change myself and putting myself out there, going an extra mile for myself to be the person that I want to be, not be something that I was molded to be and nothing that I actually care for. Though I guess this is my first step in trying to express myself the way that I am. Um, but just try to keep like a calm and cool like sense of myself, not be the zany like crazy child that I was as I was growing up. But maybe this is just me kind of being like reflective of myself back then. Uh, yeah, I just I hope that I can like reach something else because I do want to actually go further with my studies with programming. Um, I do hope that I can reach some level of being some sort of game developer. I have almost zero experience with the topic as of now, but um, I don't trust the university to really teach me that anymore. I just hope that I can just chase it myself and see where I can go from there. Been getting interested in more artistic topics lately, like just drawing and animation and um, like creating music. I haven't really dabbled with creating music much. I've just been kind of being stupid and messing around with my keyboard, but nothing really that's substantial. So, I mean, we'll see how it goes. Um, and maybe, I don't know, I'll look at this in the next 5 years and see from where I was and then where I am now. So, yeah, if you see this future me, uh, I just hope that you're feeling a lot more fulfilled, and I hope that things are going well with your current girlfriend, and hopefully you found a really nice house so that you can continue doing what you love. So, keep your head up. And yeah, that's all about it. Thanks for watching if you were watching, and hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye.